A second suspect is in jail tonight after a College Station man was robbed and beaten 1 week ago. Stuff like stucco and glass. Now, this was all stuck on the side of this office building this morning. It was all there until the storm came through. We begin with breaking news. Good evening, I'm Daniel Armbruster. If you ask anyone who lives along Deacon Drive, they'll tell you this area is safe and remotely crime-free. That is until last night, Edwin Shar Jr. was murdered in his garage. New CBS News poll released just before the debate tonight showed Kaine leading the pack with 18%. Mitt Romney and Newt Gingrich were tied for second with 15%. They wanted to talk to him about the murder of 19-year-old Billy Menard Jr. Now, News 3 has learned a Navasota man is dead after an experimental airplane crashed near San Antonio today. Joining me now, Mr. Lehman, you were a passenger on this plane today, and you've got some scuff marks, some bruises, but you're okay overall. And Michael, his parents were notified as soon as this happened. The good news, though, he's back at school for now. That's worrying some of these small businesses back here because they rely on a flow of traffic for customers. It's a perfect setting for them. The problem is that this is in a neighborhood, and you can bet that the residents here aren't going hog wild about their new neighbors. Brett, police in College Station are seeing an increase in scenes like this one right here, a busted car window, usually because there are valuables inside.
News 3's Daniel Armbruster. Several businesses are cleaning up there this afternoon, Daniel.
They are, Crystal. You know, the rain is gone for now, but the damage that it left behind, those storms, very significant here. Now, this is 707 Texas Avenue, and let me show you some of the damage here. This is the side of a Texas Center office building. Now, the winds here, you can see they ripped this stucco off. The damage here you can see as it just fell apart, literally almost crumbled here on the ground. Crews are here now. They're trying to start cleaning this up. They're going to get a tarp on the side of this building. But guess what? This is not the only building that received damage along Texas Avenue. Let's take a look at some video.
This case was filed on 6/13/2003.
We shouldn't be afraid to believe that good people, sometimes make mistakes.
I was charged with manufacturing and delivering controlled substance between 1 to 4 grams.
They were justifiably prosecuted.
It is a second-degree felony here in the state of Texas.
That doesn't mean that they don't have worth as people.
That's the sound of freedom for 29-year-old Houston Fowler. Today, he and another man had separate drug convictions set aside. Not because they didn't do the crime, but because the court believes they deserve a second chance.
They're not going to be a problem again.
Judge Travis Bryan recently started a program in conjunction with probation officers to identify nonviolent offenders and recognize what he calls model probationers to have their records wiped clean.
It's not totally expunged. These convictions can be used against people if they violate the law again.
The idea is to help parolees get housing and jobs and become productive citizens.
Courts do need to be careful.
Dr. Philip Lyons is with Sam Houston State's Criminal Justice Department. He says if done right, these programs can be successful.
In general, the people who are under this kind of supervision do better than people who serve time in prison and then are simply released out into the community.
8 years after his conviction, Fowler says the new program gives him a chance to move on. He's now a manager and an auto technician at a local business. He says he's learned his lesson from the mistake he made as an adolescent and now just wants to have a place he can call home and one day start a family here, away from the streets and crime that got him in trouble as a teen.
Because I'm from the country. I love the country. I love the peacefulness.
In College Station, Daniel Armbruster, News 3. This is what 60-mile-per-hour winds can do. The front window of Card and Party Factory blown in. Manager Tina Chatham was in disbelief when she arrived at work Wednesday morning.
I was worried about really everything around here.
The storm blew through before business hours. No one was injured. Crews here at the Texas Center office building have spent the day cleaning up after powerful winds took chunks off the side of the building. As you can see, not much is left.
This window's actually pulled out, so.
Workers were greeted by blown-out office windows and hanging ceiling tiles.
Pretty shocking to see the amount of damage that was done on the building from just a windstorm.
The good news is that the main structure is intact. For now, the businesses inside will try to operate as normal as they can.
We're still going to run interviews and do everything like we would any other day.
That could be hard to do with reminders of Mother Nature's fury surrounding them. And Meredith, for now, this plastic tarp here will serve as the outer layer of this office building until they can get the stucco back up on the walls here. Could take several weeks to do that. That's the latest. For now, we're live in College Station. Daniel Armbruster, News 3. Those tips are as simple as raising the hood of your car, cleaning off the top of your battery. Now, they say that could actually prolong the life of your battery and save you some money down the road. The hot Texas sun isn't only draining on us, but our car batteries as well.
The heat, basically, it just accelerates the deterioration of the inside of the battery.
And when the temperature goes up, so does the workload for those involved in the car battery business, like here at Interstate Batteries in Bryan. In fact, sales are up almost 20%.
Our big time is the summertime, and I didn't really expect this hot of a summer, and nobody really likes it, but we'll take it because it's business.
At Pilger's Tire in College Station, they're seeing the same trend, usually due to drivers who aren't taking the simple steps to keep their car's battery alive.
If you keep the top of the battery clean, the terminals clean, you can keep the life of the battery prolonged.
Experts also say during the summer, you should check the fluid levels in your battery, and if they appear low, you should pour small amounts of distilled water in the reservoirs near the top of the battery. And experts also tell us to unplug these little chargers for your cell phone and other devices. They say that extra juice could help your battery in this hot Texas heat. We're live in Bryan. Daniel Armbruster, News 3. In the Brazos Valley these days, most rain gauges are only catching dust and cobwebs. Not good news for a state agriculture industry seeing losses in the billions. The same is true in East Burleson County.
It just flat ran out of water. It didn't produce any seed. So there, that's a zero production there.
As in nothing to show for his Milo crop. Jay Wilder's spirit is drying up with his crops.
You need 10 good heads to make up for one bad one. So.
You don't have 10.
No, there's more bad ones than there are good ones.
No rain isn't only affecting farmers, it's also affecting those who raise cattle. Without the rain, there's no grass to eat.
This is a stock tank that we have in this particular little pasture here. And as you can tell, it's dry, and it's been dry. It looks like the weeds are doing okay, but the cattle won't eat that.
And if Mother Nature decides to change now, it's too late.
Even if we were to get some rain now, the things that we have to remember is it's going to take some time for those pastures to recover.
Time that folks like Wilder just can't afford. This year's bad crop alone will cost him a fortune.
I'd say $500,000. That's just me personally.
For now, Wilder can only hope for the best and maybe a few drops of rain. In Burleson County, Daniel Armbruster, News 3. The beautiful trees along Deacon Drive are now laced with crime scene tape. The popular area to take a jog or walk the dog is now a place where residents don't feel safe.
This never happens here.
It's something you find, in a movie.
It happened at 6 o'clock at night. It was still light outside, so, it's just kind of scary.
Investigators are still trying to piece together what happened Thursday night.
At this point, our investigators are still gathering information. They're still talking to neighbors, still talking to possible witnesses, and so it's too early at this point for us to be able to say exactly what happened here.
While 1303 Deacon Drive remains an active crime scene less than 500 feet away, children are in school at Southwood Valley Elementary.
Make sure your kids are monitored when they're going to school. Make sure, if you're walking them, or don't let them walk alone to school.
School officials tell News 3 today was treated like any other school day and that police advised them students were not in any danger.
Crime's on the increase. We used to think we were a small town and we didn't, that wouldn't happen here, but as it grows, there are just more people coming in from all over, and it's terrible.